Sneego True. I'm a tutor at the Poetry Love workshop. It's been going well for the last few hours. Like basically, we're just getting them ready to perform at Tate Modern Gallery, the art gallery. Big shout out to Judge and Souls for starting this whole thing up. Big shout out to all the poets. To be honest, like I think we've been blown away with what we've been seeing. Big shout out to Press Play. Yeah, we've just been having fun in here. Like you will see from the footage. Cut, True.
Yeah. My story, my vibes, Yeah.
Diego Brown Production.
You either have the option of, like, as a group, and I don't just mean one person in a group, as a group, explaining, you know, sort of the concept you're going for and where you're heading with it and what exactly you're doing. On top of that, you can show us, you know, the partial bit that you've done. Obviously, we don't expect you to finish your poems, so show us the partial bits. If you can't show us the partial bits, or if you feel like, you know, it would only make sense with it being finished, and also that's cool. But as long as a group, so I mean at least everyone at least, you know, saying a bit of exactly what you lot have been doing with the time you've been giving so far. So if we could please start with the back group.
Basically, the way our thing has gone is we had a structure and we kind of like tweaked it again. We had a structure that fell away. We had a structure. So what we're kind of currently doing is we're looking at this kind of thematic compromise, and we've all come with a little something in our own voice and our own style and our own delivery with that. And so we've all got something we could easily read now if that's what.
Go for it.
Yeah. So adamant to refrain from games that I played myself, in a self-restraint that failed to bring self-respect. When no one has none, not 1 ounce, no claim that a party pounced, but still the stillness of my action brought about this situation. A situation that is so uncomfortably comfortable, it fails to comfort me. Yet like an addict child, I both craved and conditioned such cruelty, begging to become a beggar by begging behaviours, and now I know not what it is I longer want.
Well, then I say you better not speak when I speak. I say I impeach you not to speak when I speak, because all this time I've been comprised by your twerks or trying to twerk me. Sit, stand in your hell and told me lies about how you wanted to help, but instead you yell, and then suddenly I fell into the web, tangled, dismantled, disarrangements, suffocations, inoculations, deprivations locked in the cage of your lies.
But I'm happy here. I can't run into anyone here. I don't have to compromise who I am for social convention. This is where I know people don't care, because no one is coming to get me. I'm tired of what people have to show. I think watching the horizon to see the world spin is a lot more interesting. Love bores me. Everybody knows exactly what they want, so I want them to find it. I have found out that I'm not what they're looking for, so I gave the sun my passion to allow the warmth of love to bring light to dark days.
But can I really show a love? And can my heart really open up? Been in positions where I give it my trust, and just to find out it was based on lust. I want to know what's love, 'cause right now I think that's what's lost. Tell me who can I trust?
I'm definitely grateful for the way you lot have been able to work with each other. I think that was the only issue we had. We were just hoping that you lot would be able to gel, and I think from there, as you lot can see with each other, you can make something beautiful from that moment. It's almost like you lot have almost finished your poems. We're in the second week. There's still like 3 more weeks, and then you've got the show to do. So, you know, what you lot are doing is great.
Oh, that's true. There's 1 more week and then show. 1 more week. All right.
I've learned how to express myself better and more clearly and kind of more effectively for my point, to convey my point better. Yeah, I think it's broadened the boundaries of what I think poetry is and what can be poetry. Our group poem was about 3 different people leaving voice messages to different people, but each one had a very different relationship, a very different story. One story was a neglected child speaking to her mother. The other was a man whose wife kind of is leaving him, but there's a daughter involved. And the other was a man whose wife or beloved has died, and he's still leaving messages because he can't get over it.
What I've learned through this workshop is basically how to collaborate. So basically working within a team, because I've never done it before. So when you're working with a group of people, it's always quite difficult to, you know, get the ideas across, or people agreeing or disagreeing, whatever it is. But I've learned how to work within a team.
I've learned how to express myself on stage, voice projection. I've learned how to be more confident with my ideas. I've learned how to really put myself out there and not hinder myself from my thoughts and not hold back or shy back.
Today we're going to be writing a new poem for next week on any topic of your choice. Has to be as creative as possible. Example, more articulate, wordplay, metaphoric. So this is for next week's acoustic or piano. So the choice is up to you whether you want to perform to piano or acoustic. Get writing.
Go by the name of Grizz, and I want to share a few bars with you today. To be honest, they're about everything and anything. So here we go. No, I'm not a teacher, follower or preacher. I don't give a fuck about the viewer or the reader. These are just the thoughts inside a man who's a believer. These are just the thoughts inside a man without a leader. No, I'm not a teacher, follower or preacher. I don't give a fuck about the viewer or the reader. These are just the thoughts inside a man who's a believer. These are just the thoughts inside a man without a leader. So you're listening to music that acquires your attention, kind of like the time you sat and watched the film Inception. Anything I say is how I feel inside my sentence. Listen and I beg of you to pass around your judgment. Your time ain't money and your money ain't your time. The day you pass away, the money stays and that's your time. So your enemies are there to be spectators in your life. Do it big and give them lights. Now they never say they never saw you shine before they rise. That's the truth if I'm alive. I'm just talking, you decide.
Strangely, although I've never seen her pen move, I've heard the tales it tells like the old man under the Iroko tree, teaching the younger generations how to truly see that the wise man appreciates time on a cheap watch, because he knows he can't afford to waste time on these cheap shots. Shows how to besiege the earth with skilled works, looks around the place that he's in and uses thoughts. So yes, her pen moves. Like the wisdom of wise men born on the lips of babes, her pen moves. So I listen, and as I try to understand where this pen comes from, I look in the shiny tip of her pen to see a reflection of myself, only to realize that I am the reflection and she is my reality because her pen moves. You see, sometimes it's hard to discern between illusions and reality. So I find myself so at times I only find myself stumbling on the truth of life while her pen moves, when my pupils fail to teach me, so I must rely on my mind's eye to lead me.
Right, Valentine's. The special day used to capitalize our surprises with a hefty prize called Valentine's. Happy Valentine's, ladies. I haven't told you I loved you in a while, but as of lately I've been building up the courage to say this. Considering it's our 30th anniversary, I figured out a way to make our celebrations amazing. In fact, perfect. I know we're out here struggling on a daily basis, the wage is basic, so I dipped into our life savings. As I said, amazing. I love the way your face lit up. But the only problem is tonight we might have a power cut. Sit down, let me fill your cup with drunken love. We're together every night, but somehow we seem out of touch. I know you're anticipating my statement, considering it was only yesterday you exercised your impatience, approaching me abrasively, which is berserk. I live and prove we're not from planet Earth.
This poem, If I Were a Prince, is for the Queen's mother. I love her. When I was younger, she would care for me as if I were her son. But she was my son. A warming glow surrounded her, and I was just wondering whether it was a halo or a crown. The keys to the kingdom in one hand and a Bible in the other. A long robe held afloat by me and my brother. Our house is her domain. Ownership may belong to my parents, but it's hers to maintain, lifting every curse with disdain from the home. Whatever pain we experience from the day will be treated by her deliberate touch of majesty, her majesty. How fitting a queen, who gave birth to another queen who then gave birth to me. But whoever royal she may be, her worth to me transcends a price. It seems I can do nothing that will offend her eyes. She'd defend the lies of a branded murderer even if he's never heard of her. But I can't pretend that the ties between her and the world are slowly turning to her and her world. She calls me her best boy. Wanting to annoy my brother with this news, I found out that she called him that too.
Mental slavery or really lynched up your mind. I'm like the G-shocked Casio, rewind time, back to the slave ships, blending the grind. They help lift you up and they watch you decline. They turn your own people against you, one of a kind. See, it'll be your own song. But Charlie, me I ask why I'm like, sigh of relief when they left us alone. You must have realized they snatched most of our gold. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, MJ. I just wonder who's next. I vex, I bore now. They label some of us immigrants.
They want to get rid of me, but my man's vigilant. I'm like 90 Negroes, so we watch from an angle. If the police circle, we form a triangle. Cops on the block, monitor the system. Sister, with a keyboard, they arrest you. CCTV, call it cameras for weed. People.
Some like a single hand reaching out, trying to grasp at something within a universe of ideas. Some strong connected, some forming connections till they become connected. A part of my expression. It's existed under the shade of fists raised, formed like DNA, reminiscent of the songs I play. But the stone that the builder refused shall be the head cornerstone. But no matter what game they play, we've got something they can never take away. And as it grows, it gets stronger, more expressive.
That drink, his drink, your drink, my drink, our drink. See, he told me it would lighten my soul. He told me it would make me feel in control. He was tall, white, skinhead, covered in tattoos. Little did I know all he wanted to do was abuse, use and bruise me. And I unfortunately was too blind to see. In other words, I was way too gone out of my head to understand any of the words in which he had just said. He was nice at first. Called me beautiful, pretty, all the things a girl would love to hear. And then he had his fourth beer. Things turned a bit rough. I tried telling him, "Ow, that hurts, hey, stop it, that's enough." But it's like he became deaf as soon as I started speaking. Biting his nails was the one thing he kept repeating.
Poetry. It has no set form or structure. One word could be poetry if you wanted it to be. That is the beauty of it. Poetry is simply words with meaning. One form of expression like drawing or dancing. But poetry is one of the last things one would choose to do. But why? It's so easy. It's something you can be proud of without judgment because nobody can tell you how to write it. So your feelings do not fight it. Let your emotions do the work and you will receive the perks of gradual emotional stability. I mean, for a second, just look at me. I've been told I'm really good. I'm not sure I agree, but hey, the audience speaks for itself. And myself, my personal style of choosing, my poems very rarely rhyme. I'm not very good at metaphors. I don't have goosebump initiating punchlines or what I call kick lines. You know those lines that hold a certain something that make the crowd go, ooh. I definitely do not make extensive use of the literary techniques given to me in the 3 years I studied it. So
if I restrict my thought, how can I ever receive the signals of possibility? Attain that knowledge of universe beyond the thoughts I thought I knew. There is more that imperfection in you, but that is the way. So be through this sight. The ways are both broad and slight, but remains an actual. Physical is one dimension we pay the most attention to.
Start with a sentence, Africa is, and his words will crumble and break. Begin with saying life started in North and Eastern Africa, and the continent offers the biggest prize the world can offer, because they say good morning when the sun rises, greet you with open arms.
You always flinching at yourself. Your reflection tells the tale that the real you is not revealed. And you are so ugly from without. Chunks are spewing from your mouth, but inside you are a petal. You. How tough does that make you? Ooh. You. How tough does that make you? Ooh. Your money short, their money long. We Equinian, but you're displaying strong. You aspire to be what you asked to become, but we're all shone down upon under the same sun. Rich meant to act fresh, broke meant to act stink. Seems mankind's only good for labeling. Everybody swears that they've reached an understanding, but we're like babies who need cradling. Nevertheless, man still talk about shanking and depriving an unknown youth of life. Some man internationally pillage a village, lay waste to all man and man handle their wives, but we're human. Can we really indulge our vice, intertwined with following an elder's advice? It's an unknown road, but we've already chosen the route. No receipts, but you still come with a price. And that's it. Listen, there's nothing like the journey of a broken soul, traveling to peace. piece from a broken home. Try not to lose my grip, but I'm letting go. I've been pushed to this cold and lonely road. Though I'm in a safe place, nothing's changed, cause I'm not battling with fists, I'm fighting in my mind. Ask me if I'm cool, no, I'm not alright. I'm a zombie in the day and then I'm ghost by night. I took my choice.
The drink. That drink, his drink, your drink, my drink, our drink. And I'm going to tell you again. That drink, his drink, your drink, my drink, our drink. See, he told me it would lighten my soul. He told me it would make me feel in control. He was tall, white, skinhead, covered in tattoos, and little did I know all he wanted to do was abuse, use and bruise me. And I, unfortunately, was too blind to see. In other words, I was way too gone out of my head to understand any of the words in which he had just said. Because he was nice at first. He called me beautiful, pretty, all the things a girl would love to hear. And then he had his fourth bit. Things turned a bit rough. I tried telling him, hey, stop it, that hurts, that's enough. But it's like he became deaf as soon as I started speaking. Biting his nails was the one thing he kept repeating. How I got myself in this situation, I'll never understand.
Life ain't fair. You know it turned dark, so why you ashy trees trying to glow like stars? I mean, you bleach up the color, leaves change by the hour. I guess it's mental slavery. Willie lynched up your mind. It's like the G-Shock, he was like, yo, Casio, rewind time. Back to the slave ships, blending the grind.
My skill share is the ability to use internal rhyme and anaphora. A drop of red for those she loved who are now dead. A drop of white for the faces she remembers in the night. That's my skill share.
What?
My skill share or skill set is just talking, really, just my thoughts and trying to express. Okay. Society at large disconnected from consequence. No accounting for the actual accountability actually. My stomach turns with emotions of the globe. Tides of oceans still push our boat of show in this reality lacking television. Warping our visions to a continual anticlimax. Desensitized but unsanitary. Our minds infested from the acting out or the plan. Construction consumed us as we crave to consume. I only wonder if/when real life will resume. Product of the media. Intel leaks defined by Wikipedia. Brains replaced. Human contact lost. As machines superseded hurt, hurtling towards this new world. All the talk of one, all the talk of three, splitting up and lacking in organic unity. Yeah, that was it.
My skill set is spoken. My skill share is spoken word / poetry. This one's called Club. So there it is. Me, him, the bar and the drinks. He was tall, cheeky and gave me a cheeky wink. So the lights at the bar were a bit bright, so I asked the barman, could you turn down the light? He said, yeah, sure, is that all right? I said, yeah, thank you. And so there it is again. Me, him, the bar and the drinks. See, I bought my second drink and I felt okay. And then he asked me if I wanted to play. I said, not right now, I can't really feel the ground and my heart's pounding like a greyhound. See, he topped up my glass without any credit, and from 5 shots straight to 10, I had a feeling I'd regret it. See, my name isn't Alice, but I felt like I was in Wonderland, but I was feeling with this guy was so solid, plus he reminded me of Mega Man.
My skill share is using spoken word, and this is a short rhyme. We try to confine trees into boxes, but trees grow, and so do people. We try to confine nature. How can we confine that which brings health? No wonder we confine ourselves.
My name is James, and this is my skill share. The harbinger of life hindered in the darkness that is loneliness. But within that dwells the wisdom of white-bearded men, bold from the lack of justice found in the wigs of judges. Perspiration falls from the green which has now replaced their eyes, as generations now see currency where I've forgotten what should be there.
Being black don't mean fear me. It just means I stand out because you can see me clearly. Yo, I took it personal. Nah, not parallel, vertical. You tried to paralyze my capabilities. This is what another form of killing is, hurtful. Could you be any more passive-aggressive? I was first in line, but you passed the baton to the man in second. Showing no remorse for the soul you'll reckon. Thoughts burnt and tortured. But there's one thing I know for certain. Before the lava turns to solid and my body burns to ashes, I made myself a promise to always show myself homage. Never let my self-worth be decided by the public. I'll be the fire to my own judgment.
Brand new car key becomes scratchy car key. Patent never becomes patchy car.
we're about to do this performance, Poetry Love. We've got the groups performing. We've got the big voice message. Look out for that on the footage. All the different groups. We've got Sophia alongside me hosting. She does stuff like that. Also on the lineup we have Sophia Foucault.
Sophia's not performing. Nigo's performing. He's going to drop a verse.
Nigo's not performing. Sophia's performing.
About the day his girlfriend.
Sophia.
See that physical attraction? That was gear 1. I don't know where these things appear from. Premature acceleration overloads the gears, so she enjoyed the ride, but it drove her close to tears. I told this girl, know yourself, keep your lane discipline. But you know when you can tell people ain't listening.
Hello? Don't. If only I could find the words to say
what I feel, without putting a spiked wall between us, keeping us at bay.
Tears, I need to tell you, but how do I start? Begin within, words from my heart. When I is replaced with we, illness becomes wellness, so instantly the hard work works out, building better body of beauty upon the throne, joined in clear union. Unity?
When every sound reminds me of you, every smell reminds me of that dead licorice stick you would chew. How is it that your perfections can bring me so down to earth when memories exist and I can't resist?
While I'm here, you love me in the way I deserve. Cause if you let me walk, then that's just freaking absurd. I slur her word, but maybe we could work if you could maybe convert your empty words into verbs.
Absence of love in this makes absence in we. Because I never saw that come home to give money a kiss on the cheek, so how can you expect that kind of behavior from me?
Maybe that's the reason why you never let it see her more. Always trying to make it seem as if I'm looking for a door. So I'd rather be deceased than be alive and only breathe.
Her consent to the rape of her 12-year-old daughter, you disgust me. Your part my DNA, so I deny you try to DIY my skin or print in flesh. Your tongue whips me. My choice of defense is denial. Denying I still love you, so I slur.
I told him you should chill. I know you might have shoulder use, but still, that's how the system's hoping you would feel. You won't shoot to kill, but know what you will, because justice is even more for me, or for me. Well, thank you in advance. I needed a hand, so thanks for bringing arms. Thanks for riding for me for childhood's sake.
Can't get a job, so they complexifies the king. Social awareness complexifies the pain, but the size of ego reflects the size of shame. Now the sisters ain't built like us. They don't sit around and cry over the spilled back stuff like us. They just play their parts. Use their heads but obey their hearts. Yet we endorse and reinforce the seeing forces that actively held them